Hey guys, Zach with Antlers Deep. Today's January 27th, and this time of year we've got whitetail season is officially over. We're a couple months away from spring turkey season, and right now is when I want to go through my equipment and do some maintenance on it. Specifically right now I'm working on my arrows, and just wanted to go over with you guys what I do. It is a way, it's not the way to do it as far as wrapping and fletching your own arrows, but it's worked for me. A lot of guys do a lot of different things, but it's going to show you how, after a long year of abuse, we want to fix these arrows up and have them ready for turkey season, have them ready for the next fall and summer and 3D season, and we'll get started with some just basic steps. So first I'm going to take these arrows I have, which are these Easton Axis 5mm, and I clean all of the old wrap off, get all the glue off. You can just use some acetone and a rag, make sure that dries real well. Of course, you're going to need a jig. I use a Bitzenburger with a right helical clamp, and just any wrap. You can get these just about anywhere now. I go with a 4-inch wrap, some vanes. Two of the more common ones are the AAE vanes and attack vanes. With this setup, I'm using the AAE Max Stealth vanes. I've used those for a few years now. I'm really happy with them. Another thing that I like to use while doing this, just specifically for the wraps, is an old mouse pad with a straight edge on it. That'll really help you, as you'll see here in just a second, get those wraps lined up straight on your arrows. But let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, since the arrows have already been cleaned and dried, I'm going to go ahead and install a new wrap on this. So like I said, I use a mouse pad with a straight edge, and that just keeps the wrap from sliding and helps you get it lined up straight on your arrows. So I'm just going to take the wrap, butt it up against the edge, going to take my arrow and line it up where I want it underneath the nock. Get it straight, and this is just pushing down and rolling across, and that'll get it straight on there. I'll show you another one. Same process. This really helps having the straight edge, and a mouse pad is it works. I'm sure just any tool bench mat would work great, but in a pinch, if you've got a mouse pad laying around, this works great for me. You can line it up, and we're just rolling it across. Okay, after we get to that step, next thing we're going to do is we'll go ahead and fletch one of these arrows. So like I said, I'm running a Bitzenburger Jig. So I'm going to seat the arrow inside the jig, and I'm using a 3-fletch system. The Bitzenburger allows you to do a 3 or a 4 fletch, but I'm going with a 3-fletch this year again. I've had some success out of it. So I'm going to go, like I said, AAE Max Stealth vanes, and on the clamp, you want to make sure that you mark where the back of the vane hits the jig or the clamp every time. That way you're having the same. You want the fletchings to hit on the shaft at the same place every time. So we're going to put that on there using a AAE Max Weld primer pin. And we don't want this to sit on here any more than 20 seconds, so we're just going to run it across. Have some AAE Max Bond glue, and this is a slow cure glue, so I'm going to need this to sit overnight before these arrows are ready to shoot. But I'm just doing a fine bead straight up the vane. When I get to the top, I'm just going to go back and not put more glue, but spread the glue evenly inside the track on the vane. Once the glue is set in there, the Bitzenburger's magnetic clamp just clamps together, and you will sit it and press firmly down. And I'll let that set for 15 or 20 seconds or so. Okay. So in the meantime, while that is setting up, take a Q-tip, and any excess glue that comes out from the side of the vane itself, you can just take that and wipe it off. Set that back aside. Okay, I'll pop that off. Ready for the next one. So I twist it, and it just locks it in place. Like I said, guys, this is really simple. Anyone who is, don't throw that down. Anyone who's wanting to learn how to do this themselves, I mean, there's plenty of YouTube videos out here that that can get you started. I mean, it doesn't take much, just a jig. You can, I know another real popular jig is the Arizona Archery Easy Clamp or Easy Jig, Easy Fletch. One of those three. But, you know, it's fairly inexpensive, and hey, it's a fun hobby, especially in the wintertime like right now when there's no season in and it's too cold to really get out and do much anything else. You can be in here, you know, getting your gear ready for the spring and fixing anything else that, you know, might have been damaged. You know, these arrows go through a lot shooting 3D tournaments, target archery, you know, just getting ready for hunting season, target practicing. You know, you can, it's really good to maintain them every year and to, you know, just fix, like I said, any torn veins, any wraps that have ripped. Just take the time to go through there and replace them. Let that set for about 15 or 20 seconds. Again, in the meantime, we're going to take a Q-tip, anything that's spilled out from the, any excess from the vane, we're just going to wipe that off. Once that gets set, we're going to pull the clamp off, spin it again and lock it. I'll take the vane again, seat it inside the clamp. I'll use a primer pin one more time. Just hit the glue. Next, you can see you don't want to put a, you know, you want to be pretty delicate with the glue. You don't want too much on here or you're gonna, you know, it's gonna get messy. You're gonna have a lot spill out through the edges of your vane, but just put it in there, fill in the track. We're gonna set this last vane. Press firmly down on it, let it seat against the arrow. Just hold it there for a few seconds, again 15-20 seconds before to take it off there. Okay, so the last thing I do before I put these up to let them sit overnight to dry. So I learned this trick from John Dudley, watching some of his videos. And so I take 1 drop of glue and put it on the front of the vane. And the back of the vane. And that just kind of keeps that from, you know, these things will blow through some targets sometimes, so that little bit of extra glue helps prevent that from happening. And just clean off any excess. Just take your Q-tip, wipe it up and down the shaft in between the vanes on the back, and get any of that excess cleaned off. And that's how you go, or how I go rather, from having arrows with, you know, messed up wraps just from a season's worth of use, to being ready to start shooting again in just a couple days. So that's how I do it. That's how I fletch and wrap the arrows. I hope you get something from this video. If anything, go out and get you a jig if you're interested in trying to do it on your own. You know, you may enjoy it. Like I said, on these winter days when you can't really get outside and do much, it's a fun hobby to get into. And you can, you know, like I said, you can find the wraps or the vanes in just about any color, any design, any length you want online, just about anywhere. You can get started doing this fairly inexpensive. There are tons of YouTube videos out there too, so just check around, see if you can find something that you enjoy doing, and we'll try to put some more videos on here this winter leading up to turkey season, and hopefully get you guys some more information on how to do your own stuff.